Daniel Bryan shocked the world. Welcome back to the ACB Wrestling Talk channel, your main source for wrestling news, topics, discussions, previews, all that kind of good stuff. I'm your host, Alexis Carrillo, and last week, something of the most shocking proportions happened on a Smackdown episode in a long time. That being Daniel Bryan not only becoming WWE Champion and breaking AJ Styles' year-long reign, but also, in the process, turning heel by not only delivering a low blow, which, as you all know, AJ Styles has suffered many of those over this entire year, but also a post-match beatdown by the new champion. And they kind of laid the groundwork a little bit. Yes, it was a little bit rushed. Last week, you had that whole scuffle. 2 weeks ago, actually, they had that whole scuffle with Team Smackdown. Daniel Bryan couldn't get along with The Miz. He attacked Joe. He attacked Miz. He attacked Shane. It seemed like he didn't want to be a team captain. And then last week, they took him out of being co-captain of Team Smackdown and gave him a title shot against AJ Styles because for some reason, Daniel Bryan was so pissed off and was so annoyed about WWE Champion AJ Styles mentioning his name in respect, by the way, talking highly about Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan was not having any of it, and they started a brawl, and Shane gave him this match, and so Daniel Bryan did what he had to do. He became WWE Champion, low-blowed the hell out of AJ Styles, and here we are. And a lot of fans on social media have had the same reaction. They love the fact that Daniel Bryan is WWE Champion. That's something that they've been wanting ever since he vacated the title 4 years ago, after his entire epic WrestleMania 30 win. That's something fans have been wanting. But it also left a sour taste in their mouth because they were kind of left a little bit confused about Daniel Bryan turning heel. Some were even upset about Daniel Bryan turning heel because over the past 4, 5, 6 years even, Daniel Bryan has been the underdog babyface. He has been the guy that everyone can get behind of. He has been the guy representing the people. He is the everyman, and now it seemed that he turned his back on those people. So tonight, there's some speculation. Will Daniel Bryan explain his actions? Will he get on the microphone and explain why he did what he did? Or will it be more of a case of a Dean Ambrose like we've seen on Monday Night Raw, where it took Dean about 2 or 3 weeks to, kind of fess up about his issues and what was bothering him and what led him to turning his back on Seth Rollins and The Shield. As far as I know, if it were up to me, I'd go straight into that because we're about 4 weeks away from TLC. We should be getting a rematch between Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles at TLC for the WWE Championship. And I'm kind of tipped. I'm kind of losing some focus on the fact that which one do I want to have the ladder match? Should it be Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, or should it be Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles? Both of them could benefit from the ladder match, but we'll see exactly what happens on tonight's episode of SmackDown Live. Now, the main plot line going into SmackDown Live is the fact that Team Raw swept them last Sunday night at Survivor Series. In storyline, of course, on the main show, Raw got 6 wins over SmackDown. SmackDown got 0, even though they got 1 win on the pre-show. But here's the problem. Here's the issue. What will be the repercussions? What will Paige, the general manager, Paige, have to say about this? What will the commissioner of SmackDown Live have to say about this? Shane McMahon. I mean, it's been rumored ever since his Crown Jewel win, where he was crowned best in the world, that Shane McMahon would be turning heel, that he would become a top heel in the company, which, if you ask me, is just dumb as hell, because Shane McMahon should not be the main part, or pretty much any part of your wrestling storylines. But anyway, I've pretty much commented on that as much as I wanted to. But the fact is, Shane McMahon bears a part in all of this. He was a part of Team SmackDown. Instead of having an actual superstar like a Randy Orton, like the former champion AJ Styles, like Rusev, or like many other active full roster members of the SmackDown Live roster, he decided it would be a good idea to actually take part in the match. So it's not like he can blame it on the entire SmackDown roster or on the entire other members of Team SmackDown, unless he's in fact turning heel. That would be a perfect way of turning him heel, but again, not a fan if they go that route. I just want Shane McMahon off my TV. Again, there's nothing really I can do about that, but if you have any thoughts, comments, or predictions on what might happen to SmackDown as a whole, because of what happened at Survivor Series, because of the clean sweep, leave them in the comment section below. And it's been a while. It's been a while since we've had a whole entire week where everything, or it seems like everything, or the most important things in WWE, the most important programs in WWE changed overnight. And coupled with the fact that not only was it not going to be AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series, it was going to be Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar, but we also had the fact that SmackDown lost co-captain. They added Jeff Hardy to the mix, and Becky Lynch was unable to perform at Survivor Series. They would not let her, and she had to be subbed in by her hand-picked replacement, Charlotte Flair. Now, what happened at Survivor Series is, a lot of people are raving about that match between Flair and Rousey, but it ended in a no disqualification after Charlotte Flair snapped and hit the baddest bitch in the planet with a kendo stick, with a variety of shots of kendo sticks, and a chair shot to the neck. That kind of looked a little bit painful, if you ask me, but the fact is, Charlotte Flair seemed to turn heel, and I just gotta say this, it's just really great. It's really awesome to see that, and on top of this entire women's evolution in WWE, there are now 3 on top of this entire movement. First of all, you got Becky Lynch. Fans love her. Fans want to cheer for her. Fans cheer for her when she is not even on the show. That's how big she is right now. She is the anti-hero tweener, but who gets babyface reactions. That's who Becky Lynch is. Ronda Rousey is the babyface, the top babyface in WWE Women's Division right now. That's the way they're booking her. That's the way she is pretty much acting upon on every show she is a part of. And now Charlotte Flair, it seems she's gone back to being that badass, terrible woman that she used to be all the way back 2 years ago on Monday Night Raw, when she had Dana Brooke as her apprentice, when she just killed it in every promo. You could not get enough of Charlotte Flair. It seems like we could be getting that from her again. But just like in Daniel Bryan's case, we're going to have to wait and see on tonight's episode of SmackDown Live if she cares to elaborate on her actions, if she cares to explain her actions. But one thing is clear to me. People want to boo Charlotte Flair. It seems WWE has accepted that. They have turned her heel. Boo away. You can boo the hell out of her. And we've talked about in other Raw previews and other SmackDown previews as well. After this entire situation of Becky Lynch not being able to perform at Survivor Series, I thought it was going to be Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship. Well, now, Charlotte Flair adds her name into the hat, and it seems we could be getting a triple threat match at WrestleMania that could be very, well, the main event of WrestleMania, and I would not be mad about it. And pretty much the easiest way to go about it is to go to the Royal Rumble in January, have Rousey versus Flair 2, and once again end it in a no contest, end it in a double countout, and a double disqualification. I don't know. The fact is, you don't have a winner. You have Becky Lynch interfere, and then you go ahead and have Becky Lynch win the Women's Royal Rumble match. And you build up to this epic triple threat match between these three superstars. That's just an idea I'm throwing out there. If you think it's a good idea, or if you think it's a bad idea, leave your thoughts on the comment section below. Other small notes, other small tidbits on tonight's episode of SmackDown Live. We're going to have ourselves the New Day versus The Bar and The Big Show in a Thanksgiving feast fight. Now, if you recall, about a month ago, we were having the Halloween-themed SmackDown Live episode. And they were going to have this trick or street fight. And I trashed all over it. And after that night, after I watched SmackDown Live, they shut my mouth up. I was entertained. It was cool. It was good. So, I'm not going to do the same. I've learned from my mistakes. I'm not going to do the same. I'm not going to say I'm excited for it. I don't like the concept. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm going to wait and see what they present to us instead of just trashing outright on it right now. As far as who do I think is going to win, The Bar and The Big Show are going to win. Look, the New Day have been tag team champions in the past. They could be tag team champions in the future. But they've gotten a little bit stale in terms of always being a part of the tag team title contention. And The Bar are still your tag team champions. Put them over. And, put them over strong. That's all I'm going to say. But, maybe WWE might go send the crowd home happy on this match because it's so goofy. You got to give it to the goofy guys, the New Day. Who knows? And finally, can Nakamura, come back? Can Shinsuke Nakamura come back from his devastating loss to the hands of Seth Rollins at Survivor Series? And as much as I predicted that Nakamura could win that match due to interference from Ambrose and the fact that could jumpstart Nakamura's pushback again, WWE obviously disagreed with me, obviously. And here's my question. Does Nakamura and the US title go back into irrelevance? Does it go back into the shadows where nobody cares? Or do you bring it to the forefront and you actually line up some challengers and put on an exciting program and an exciting feud for the second prestigious title on SmackDown Live? Just throwing it out there. But anyway, that's the SmackDown preview for tonight's episode of SmackDown Live. Make sure you tune in to the USA Network so you don't miss anything that happens on tonight's episode of SD Live. If you follow wrestling news, topics, discussions, previews, all that kind of good stuff, consider subscribing. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. That's it for me. Till next time.